The Detroit Lions just shook things up behind the scenes with a bold move that could reshape their next few years. Kirby Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, and other key names are right in the middle of this twist, mixing money, strategy, and long-term vision. Even some big voices around the league are praising what's happening in Detroit. 2 red-hot updates no one saw coming. Hit that like button now. This is gonna spark some serious talk. Alright, so here's the scoop on the Lions and how they've been playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers when it comes to handling big money contracts. Detroit's been crushing it in the draft lately, and that kind of success comes with a price. Literally, you've got to pay your studs. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell got their bags earlier, and now it's safety Kirby Joseph's turn to cash in. Joseph locked in a 4-year, $86 million deal, making him the highest paid safety in the league at $21.5 million per year. But don't let the headline number fool you. This contract is sneaky good for the Lions. Brad Holmes, Detroit's GM, said back in January he was ready to give Joseph the top dollar treatment, and he backed that up. Still, the way they structured the deal? Genius. So here's the magic. Joseph's got $36.12 million in total guarantees, with 38 million of that guaranteed at signing, including a cool $10.1 million signing bonus. But instead of letting that balloon their salary cap, Detroit worked in 4 void years from 2030 to 2033 and leaned on option bonuses. Translation? His base salaries from 2026 through 2029 stay under $1.5 million. That's crazy efficient. Dan Graziano over at ESPN even called Joseph's deal the most team-friendly among safeties. When you look closer, it makes sense. He gets solid guaranteed money in 2025 and 2026, with a modest $1.26 million guaranteed in 2027. After that, the Lions have a clean exit if they want to. They could walk away after 2026 having only paid him the upfront guaranteed cash, and if they do decide to move on in 2027, they save over $7 million on the cap. This setup gives Detroit the financial breathing room to focus on their next wave of big-ticket guys. Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, and Brian Branch are all looming on the extension radar. Something's gotta give eventually, but Joseph's deal isn't the problem, it's actually part of the solution. Bottom line, the Lions managed to reward a core player with top-tier money while keeping the cap hits flexible and future-proof. That's how you build a contender without blowing up the checkbook. What did you think about the Lions' latest contract move? Smart play or risky bet? Drop a comment, because the next update is even more surprising. Alright, so let's talk about this narrative that the Lions might take a step back in 2025. Some folks have been raising eyebrows over the offseason shakeups. Yeah, they lost both coordinators and made a few roster moves. But hold up, let's not hit the panic button just yet. NFL insider Albert Breer just laid out maybe the strongest case yet for why Detroit's not just going to survive those changes. They might actually thrive. Breer basically said what Lions fans have been hoping to hear. This team is loaded, not just with talent, but young, rising talent. We're talking Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Terrion Arnold, Brian Branch, all guys already making noise and just getting started. Aiden Hutchinson and Alim McNeill, who were banged up by the playoffs, are coming back healthy. And if you remember how depleted that defense looked in January, imagine what they'll look like at full strength. He pointed out something that's easy to overlook. The Lions didn't just get blindsided by staff departures. They saw it coming and had a full year to prep for losing both coordinators. That kind of foresight is rare in the NFL, and it means this team didn't get thrown into chaos. They had a plan and they're already working it. On top of that, they added cornerback DJ Reed, bringing some needed juice to a secondary that was running on fumes late last season. And with better health and a natural step forward for their young stars, this team could be better on both sides of the ball, not worse. Then there's Dan Campbell, who's been busy setting the tone during OTAs. According to him, the team is already clicking under the new staff. Kelvin Shepard on defense and Johnny Morton on offense. Sure, they've made a few tweaks, but it's about refining, not rebuilding. Campbell said flat out, "We're cooking pretty good right now." And when the head coach is this confident heading into the break, that's a good sign. So yeah, are there changes? Absolutely. But instead of dragging Detroit down, those changes might just help them level up. Talent wins in the NFL, and the Lions have it in spades. Breer's right. This squad still has all the pieces to make a legit run when the real games roll around. The Lions are doing what few teams can, keeping their stars happy without sacrificing flexibility and still staying competitive. If you're sleeping on Detroit in 2025, you might be in for a shock. Subscribe so you don't miss a single update on this team.